Hey, what's going on, guys? Today we're taking a look at another awesome Hexagear kit here from Kotobukiya. This would be the LOZ, Lord of Zotex. This very kind of cool panther sort of style looking mech, similar to the Lord Impulse or the Rayblade Impulse, which we've taken a look at in the past. But it's a really cool mecha design with some awesome effect parts. Let's go ahead and get into it in today's review. Alright guys, we'll start off taking a look at the box and then we'll get into its contents. As you can see, they went with the big style box for this one because there's going to be a fair amount of stuff in there, especially some very large parts for those big shield parts that it's got on there. But as you guys have seen, if you've seen my past couple reviews for the different variants of this kit, there's a lot of stuff in there, so it looks very cool. Should mention though that the governor pictured on the box art is not included with this, so that's going to be something you're going to have to buy separately. Going on here to the side of the box, you can see it's not necessarily all that thick of a box, but you got the title right there, LOZ 124 scale, Lord of Zotex. Here on the side of the box we can see a painted sample build, what that's going to look like when it's all done up. Looks really cool. I really love this. There's the head models there, and there it is with the shields equipped. That's its gimmick. It's still got that really cool tail aspect as well. And then the Hexagear and governor. So if you get the governor on there, you can ride on the top. Of course, going on to the other side of the box, there's a look at all units, so like the kind of inner frame as it were, and then all the stuff that goes around on that. You got the archive card, we'll take a look at that once we get the box popped open. And customization, of course, you can customize this with other MSG parts or other Hexagear parts, whatever you might want to do. You got your hexagram right there, just kind of how all the parts work together. Really fine print there, but the list price for this is going to be 8,100 yen. And with that, let's go ahead and get this box popped open. And before we get into all of the runners, we'll just take a quick look here at the instruction manual. Also, here is the art card. That looks really cool there on the back side. Just got a bunch of information there in Japanese. The instruction manual is going to be pretty straightforward. It's in horizontal style. There's your color guide right there at the front with a couple of example images there for you. Also, your parts list is there in color. The construction of the kit though is going to be all in black and white, it looks like, or it's in color, but the kit itself is mostly black and white. So the manual is kind of in color, the construction of the kit, so you can see there's little bits of color in there, but like I said, the kit itself is mostly grayscale. Here on the center pages though, we have some very cool artwork. Some more information all in Japanese, including like the logos there, but the artwork, the illustrations of it are really cool. Fast forwarding to the back here, we've got another example image right there of a custom build there. It looks like, I guess, a customized option that you can look at. Let's go ahead and take a look at the runners. First off, we got some polycaps here, the Hexagear, PC Runner, and also PCA for a few more polycaps. Runner A is a bunch of armor parts here in this off-white, slightly cream color. Same thing here for Runner B, including our claws. We got two of this B runner. Runner C is some parts here in clear blue. Runner D, a couple of parts there in clear yellow. Runner E, a single part there, I'm guessing there for the seat, here in brown. Runner F in a dark gray, we've got two of these. And the same thing here for Runner G as well. Runner H is some parts here in a molded silver, so that looks really nice. Runner I is going to be our clear orange shield effect parts, so that looks really cool, that texture molded into that on the side. And all the rest of our runners here are just going to be like internal parts, joint parts and stuff like that, so they're all in this molded gunmetal. Here is Runner J. Runner K, we've got two of these, and yeah, just this shiny like silvery gunmetal color looks really nice. Here's Runner L for a bunch more internal pieces. Runner M and N, a couple of larger runners, but some more of the same. And that continues on here to Runner O. We've got two of these, and Runner P, we've got two of those for a bunch of different joint connection pieces there, and that is going to be it. Alright guys, so here is the kit all put together, and really cool. Even though I've already built a couple of the different Impulse kits, this one is much different actually, much more different than I expected from the Rayblade Impulse and the Lord Impulse that I built before. Really cool design on this one, but I do really like this kind of strain of Hexagear designs, I guess you could call them. This is definitely my favorites in the line. It's got a really awesome, bulky, very muscular looking mecha design, and not too much in the way of accessories, but what we have for accessories are really cool, so let's check them out. First thing that we have is an alternate head, which is much smaller, so you can see like the size difference between the heads. This is the one like kind of that the manual has you build as like the stock head, but then you do also build this alternative head, which is much smaller. So I'm not necessarily sure exactly why that is, but you have a smaller head option. And then we have our shield effect parts here, which plug into place here on these extended arms. Plug onto there pretty easy, and that's it. And that's it for the accessories. We have 2 of these, of course, 1 for each side. No effect parts for like these longer sword bits up here at the top, even though in the box art they're shown like kind of lit up. So it would have been cool if maybe we had like some clear blue or something versions of these for like when they're supposed to be, I guess, sort of activated or whatever. But they still look really nice in that nice metallic silver color. Although those are not the only weapons that you have lasers, which are these parts right here with that clear blue effect part inside the silver part that also looks really cool. So this will rotate forward. You have quite the complex arm here with a bunch of hinges, so the articulation of everything, that kind of goes for the entire kit overall. The articulation of everything is really nice. You just have hinges and joints and everything everywhere, so you can rotate that around for the laser to be pointing forward there like that, and on both sides, of course. So like I said, the articulation is really nice. All this kind of like musculature looking effect like of the mechanical parts of it looks really cool. The mouth opens up like that, and you've got another clear blue part in there. That's supposed to be for another sort of like an energy cannon kind of thing, I guess. Although it's not going to be very easy to see. There's clear blue parts in there for the eyes as well. These parts here on the top of the head will also move up and down. These sword bits, of course, can be rotated to the front straight ahead like that, or you can extend these out to the side. It's quite the wingspan there, but yeah, you can extend those out to basically any pose that you might want, or replace those with something else. So if you wanted to put some different MSG weapon or something like that here attached onto the side of the head, you can do that. And of course, you got hard points kind of all over the kit. So whether you wanted to use alternative like Hexagear parts, or like I said, MSG weapons parts, or parts from like a Frame Arms kit or a Frame Arms Girl kit or a Megami Device kit or anything like that, it's all compatible to be able to plug into here. And one of the other things that it shows in the manual, and I'll demonstrate here for you guys, is that you can use this with a Megami Device kit. The Megami Device kits are smaller, so they should match with the size pretty well if you wanted to have one of them riding on this. If you wanted to go to like a Frame Arms Girl kit, those are a little bit larger, so it might not match up quite right. Obviously, of course, you can use different governor kits with this as well, anything from the Hexagear line. Those are 1/24 scale, and it's the same thing with the Zombinoids kits and the hand scale Frame Arms Girl kits as well. Any of those would be like size compatible to have them riding on this if you wanted to go that route. But I think it, even just on its own, it's just an awesome mecha kit here. If you guys are fans of Zoids, obviously there's a, it looks similar to something like that you might see from Zoids. Now, this kit doesn't necessarily have a ton of accessories. I think what it does have is really cool, and what it does have is just such a really cool design. I don't feel like it really needs a whole lot in terms of any other accessories, because it has really cool weapons built in. It has the shields, the swords, the lasers, and the tail, of course, too. I didn't really mention too much about it, but the tail, is very poseable. There's all the different points of articulation there within the tail, and it's basically like a sword and a gun at the end of the tail there as well. So it's certainly armed up well enough as it is. So you don't really need a whole lot of extra stuff, but there's plenty of options there available for you guys to add more stuff to it if you did want to go that route, or like I said before, you can just swap something out for something different. So another really cool kit in the line. I'm really happy with this one. Let me know what you guys think down in the comment section below. If you're a fan of this kit or the Hexagear kits in general, what do you think? Let me know down in the comment section. And of course, if you guys want to check out this kit or anything else from the line, you can check the link in the video description to USA Gundam Store. We've got all this stuff there for you guys, as well as all the MSG parts, paints, tools, supplies, and all that good stuff. So check that out. Thank you guys so much for checking out the video here today. If you would also like to like and subscribe, make sure you don't miss any future reviews and videos upcoming. Until next time, guys, hope you all have a great day. I'll see y'all later. Bye-bye.